Welcome back to my studio. We're in New Mexico today, and this is my collector's home in Truchas or Truchas. I'm never sure the right way to say that. New Mexico. It's just an absolutely beautiful area on the way to Chimayo, and just really, really pretty. And this is the courtyard of their hacienda. And they sent me pictures of the snow-covered mountains, which I have included a picture of for you. And so now I'm putting those in. I'm blocking them in. I showed my color mixtures. I have several mixes of white plus ultramarine blue plus my mud, which is 2 parts of ultramarine blue plus 1 part of alizarin crimson. And so I have various shades of that. I also have some mixes of phthalo blue plus cadmium orange plus white, and plus have a little mud in there just to kind of tone it down. But these mountains are covered with snow, as I said, and I've made the sky. I haven't put any clouds in the sky because I want the white of the snow. I don't want anything to compete with the white of the snow. So by making the sky all blue, that just makes the snow appear brighter on my mountains. The sky is mixes of cobalt blue at the top and phthalo blue plus cobalt blue plus white at the top and phthalo blue plus white at the bottom. It gets a little bit lighter toward the bottom, and the sky becomes a little warmer as you move down closer to the earth because the warmth of the earth reflects up into the sky. The canvas is at an angle because I have to put my camera to the side of where I'm working. Otherwise, if I put it directly straight on to the canvas, you wouldn't be able to see because I'd be in the way of it. So just using my reference material, I start blocking in these mountains. In the snow, the light hits that snow. Light's coming in from the right, from this direction. And so this mountain behind, as the mountains come forward, the light's hitting the one in the back. And this, having the light come in behind the dark, helps to give the feeling of distance in the painting, helps to give that depth. And so that's just a technique that we use in painting to help give that feeling of distance and depth in a painting. Helps give it a 3-dimensional look. We're painting on a 2-dimensional surface, flat surface, and then we use different techniques to help give that feeling of 3 dimensions. So we become a little bit warmer and darker as we move forward. And this mixture here is my phthalo blue plus a little bit of cadmium orange plus a little ultramarine blue plus mud. And this mountain up here then also has the white snow on it. And again, this mountain will be darker here, and that just gives more depth. And by making the most distant mountain bluer or cooler, it makes it go back. Things go back that are cooler. As we come forward, they become warmer, and that's another technique we use to give the feeling of depth in a painting. So these mountains are not entirely covered with snow, but it's summertime, and so there's a combination of snow covering them and then also just the bare ground. And this is fun. I'm using a bright brush. This is a square ended brush that I really prefer to work with. And you might try it. Brushes are a very individual preference, but I really like the bright, the square tips. I can use the flat part to make a wide stroke, or I can use the side of it to make smaller strokes. Again, I just bring that snow down in here, and now we're getting to the part of the mountain that's not covered in snow, so that's becomes a little bit warmer. Let's see, I need make a mix here of, this is going to be just pure ultramarine blue plus white. I want it to get a little bit lighter down in between these two mountains. The moisture in the snow and all just causes this to get a little bit lighter down in the depth between the two peaks. And I'm blocking this in. I will come back and do more detail, but this shows how I block it in and how I use, again, these techniques of the warm and cool and the light in the distance coming in behind objects to help give the feeling of depth. This mountain up here has less snow on it, and it's warmer. More of the ground covering this mountain is showing, probably a little bit lower elevation. There's going to be pink hollyhocks up in here. That wall comes, the courtyard wall comes there. Just feel that the warmth coming forward here. As we come down, it becomes a little bit darker, and there's trees in the distance making this a little bit darker. So there's trees growing on this mountain that give a darker green. Just again, this darkness, you can see how that gives a feeling of depth. There's going to be trees back here lining this field, and they'll break up over this mountain. Now I'm going to have a little more of this, just using my ultramarine blue plus white. Again, I just want to give a little light back here to give a little space between those two mountains. So I show the complete step-by-step process of my paintings on my blog. The videos, I show bits and pieces, but if you'll go to the link to my blog in the description below, you'll be able to go to my blog. You can sign up and subscribe to it, and that way you'll receive an email every time that I make a post. You can also subscribe to my YouTube videos, but I do not show the complete process in videos. So if you want to see the complete process of painting this piece, just visit my blog. And you'll get to see the entire process. And I appreciate you watching my YouTube videos and also visiting my blog. Please, if you have any questions, always feel free to ask in the comments section. And I don't mind helping and answering your questions. I help artists all over the world, and just more than happy to give you my critique or what I think you might, what I can help you with on your paintings. So there we go. We've got this blocked in. And you can see just with the coolness, the warmth comes forward, and then the cooler mountains go back. So, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and visit my blog. The link is in the description below. It's also, the address is on the final frame of my YouTube video. So, happy painting!